Hello, good good evening, good afternoon, and good day in Ambazonia. It is 4 minutes, 3 minutes past the hour of 4 p.m. in Ambalan. It is 3.5 minutes after the hour of 5 p.m. in the blessed land, in home front, as we were instructed. We are no more in zero, we are now in home front. And I bring you greetings from this end to all our televiewers for today. Remember, we are talking on the topic of our history. And in our history today, before my colleague comes in, I would like just to let you know that we are on the move. And as we have said it repeatedly, we are here to educate the Amazonian people of their history, tell you of your history, and show you how your history is being created before somebody jumps in to tell you something different. While getting ready to have our history with myself, Commando, and Dr. Tata, and others that will be queuing in, I just want you to get ready and prepare yourself because we'll be up very, very soon. Stay tuned.
Je me suis mariée. Et quand je me suis mariée, il y a un prophète qui vient me suivre et dire: la sœur Déborah ne va jamais accoucher. Ils sont confondus. Tu vas dans la vie, ils vont te dire que tu vas échouer. Des fois, c'est même les gens de ta famille. Des fois, ce sont les gens qui sont autour de toi qui te découragent. J'aimerais te dire, en l'année 2021, Dieu va ouvrir des portes que personne ne peut fermer. Ils sont confondus. Ils ont fermé le mariage, ils ont bloqué ton voyage, ils ont bloqué les visas, ils ont bloqué tes études, ils ont bloqué tes affaires. Et puis te dit que toi, tu vas échouer toute ta vie. Est-ce que tu peux le refuser avec moi? Ils sont confondus. Ils sont confondus. Les sorciers de ta famille, tous les démons confondus, les marabouts confondus, les démons confondus, confondus, les ennemis confondus, confondus. Salamoy, salamoy. Hey, Kasiba Bossani. Alléluia. Est-ce que tu peux pousser les cris de joie?
Good evening. Welcome to Undaunted, bringing into the news Untold stories only on ABC Amber TV. I am Onyi Okpala. We are back with the news. Let's begin. Now that the conflict between Russia and Ukraine has replaced COVID-19 in the headlines of mainstream media, do we still wish to call those who thought differently the pandemic conspiracy theories? As people in the West turn him into a star, Volodymyr Zelensky is using every chance he gets to remind the world his people are fighting for their lives. The past few days have been incredibly difficult for the people and residents of Ukraine. But when a government cares and sends succor, it becomes easy for the people to bear the pains and agony. The interim government of the Federal Republic of Ambazonia is closely following the ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine since the February 24th deployment of Russian military into Ukraine, and we are keen to bring succor to our people in Ukraine. Ambazonia women say no, no, no to any International Women's Day celebration in Ambazonia, not when the women continue to be victims of rape, torture, unwanted pregnancies because of the genocidal onslaught in the homeland. In spite of the lukewarm behavior of the international community towards Ambazonia, what some nationalists would preferably describe as an international conspiracy against the people of Ambazonia. The Ambazonia Restoration Forces, the Buffaloes of Bali, the Expendables of India, and in most countries continue to make the nation proud. This is a special week for Ambazonia, the week when stakeholders of the liberation movement meet in Washington, D.C. to re-strategize and refocus. The quest remains, what in ASSC2 to hope for? These and a lot more will be the focal point of tonight's discussion. But before we delve into that, let's get the prime headline.
Prime headlines. Ambazonian women say no to International Women's Day celebrations in Ambazonia. It's not a movie. Ukraine's president seeks the world's help, not its memes. As people in the West turn him into a star, Volodymyr Zelensky is using every chance he gets to remind the world his people are fighting for their lives. Russia-Ukraine conflict replaces COVID-19 on mainstream headlines. Indian county completely neglected by the genocidal regime of the neighboring La République du Cameroon. ASSC2 is a few hours away. The question remains, what's there to hope for? Agent 47 of the Expendables 100 debunks any ADF involvement in the Bekor bashing of La République du Cameroon. Unfortunately, General Nopiti and his unity warriors turned their guns against the restoration forces.
Day 12 of Russian aggression and invasion. What is the West doing? Could purported backdoor diplomacy provide any form of highly needed resolutions and negotiations? Critics believe that the West is a toothless bulldog, good at nothing but media propaganda. What are the stakes involved if things continue to sour down the road? Who becomes the piper? That is, spite as the days of the full-blown Russia-Ukraine conflict go by. It would appear that the Ukraine war and leader and people are kind of gaining some momentum in their resistance. The actual situation on ground is going to be the focus of our discussion this evening.
Thank you very much, Okpala. Thank you very much for keeping us alive there. Fellow Ambazonians in the home front, I'm very excited to bring to you today our history. And as I go ahead, I will be joined in the studios here by Dr. Tata Johnson, who will be here very, very soon. Shortly, he will be here, and then we will do, sorry, he'll be here and we will go on with the program. But before he comes in, I just want you to pick up this link and share the link. Please share the link to as many as are listening, are willing to be blessed by what we have today in our program. Remember, this program, our history is not only bringing the history that happened in some years gone by, but it's actually bringing to you history that is also in the making. And before the history that we are reading now came to place, there were some people who actually had to get into the history in the making, and they got it before we can now be talking about this very history that we are talking about. And before I go ahead, I just want to let you know that we are making the history, and as we are making this history, we want you to share, please. As soon as you get into the as soon as you get into the program, don't hesitate to share this history. Don't hesitate to share it. There are so many people out there that need to know and need to do exactly what we are, need to know exactly what we are talking here, so that before they get caught up in some lies that are unfounded, they must have and they would have actually been able to pick up a part of our history. So I want you to quickly get into that uh, history and make sure that you share with other people. So yeah, you just joining now, please go ahead and share. Yeah, thank you very much. Go ahead and share. Yeah, go ahead and share the link. We'll be starting in a very short while. I want you to build up our audience so that the people of Ambazonia will be informed. Yes, we are actually bringing these historical facts to help teach us. Yes, we are teaching us about our history so that you should not make a mistake. I have said it very, very often that a lot of people make mistakes because they do not actually know or do not actually understand what their history is all about. So I'll give you a few moments to share, because I don't want to say anything that anybody will miss. And when you miss it, you might come back to say, hey, what were you talking about? We did not get it. So that's why I'm just spending this time and asking you and telling you to do your possible best to share. Yeah, as soon as you get it, if you are not very interested in the history that we are making or that Ambazonia is making, please, I crave your indulgence to pass it to someone else. They may be and really, really willing to get a hold of the real history, so that in the course of making the history, they can get referral, or what I call reference. Yes, they will get reference to what we are talking about. So the lines will be open soon, and as the lines are open, we'll expect you to call in, bring in your contribution, and so that the people out there will benefit. So I crave your indulgence to share the link. Share the link. There is something very important, something very, very important, as Dr. Tata will be joining me in the studios. And before he comes, most of you who are out there and you love ABC, and you love us to go back to our hometown Boya, please join me and share this link. Share it as much as possible. It is already on their Facebook. We are broadcasting live on Facebook. Just be patriotic and share the link. Yes, share the link. I have told you before that we're coming up with history that has been made and history that is in the making. There is nothing as important as history that is in the making. And could you please join to be part and parcel of history that is in the making? Then you are doing Ambazonia good. I have told a lot of people, and I'm still telling them now, anybody who is neutral in the midst of truth, that individual, I don't know what to classify that individual to be. You cannot afford to be neutral in the midst of truth, taking sides with what you cannot substantiate. Uh, when it comes to history, it is not a fairy tale. A fairy tale. No, it's not just a story that has been invented somewhere and by the imagination of some people and is brought to the light. No, that's not what history is all about. History is actually telling you what has happened, what is in when it is in the making. We tell you what has been planned to happen when it's supposed to happen, and then from there you can now begin to build on what is happening to make up the history that will be read tomorrow. And I know that many of us, uh, many of us right now know of the history that has been made. And what is this history that has been made? I would not like to belabor your point or belabor you in making some unnecessary repetitions. A number of us, if not all, who are sympathetic and very conversant with the Ambazonian quest, you will agree and you will agree with me that when it comes to the history of our land, many of you who were not fortunate to have been in my days, you are fortunate today to have heard the history that was in the making. And before this history comes to the limelight, I want to let you know that there are people who actually just sit down to listen and to watch history. And of course, there are people who actually make history. And I wouldn't uh, like to leave you out. You are very, very important in these last days to make sure that your name gets into the annals of history, either for making history or mine history. And there are some people who are actually destroying history. And of course, their names are getting down into the books. Meanwhile, there are those who have learned from the past and have gotten wisdom, knowledge to do what? To jump out and to stop that which the enemy is trying to do, taking us back into bondage. And with that note, I want to um, tell the Amazonian people to fasten your seatbelts. Have you shared? I want you to share this link so that many people can come in. I give you the next 2 minutes. I will then start off with the history. And the history that I'm going to start off with should not be surprising to you because I'm actually going to go with the history that is in the making. History that is in the making. All right, Amazonians, I think the hour has come. And in this hour that has come, I want you to get into the history that is in the making. 1 minute more, and I will take you into history that is in the making. 1 minute more, and you will get a history that is in the making. And before you get a history that is in the making, Yeah, before you get into uh, this history that is in the making, I want to once again crave your indulgence to please share and share and share and share. And we will be giving you some time. Our microphones and our phones will be open for you to um, come in and share what you have, for you to come in and participate in what we have as our history. So, in this, our history that is in the making, again, I say that I would like you to come in and participate in the history that is in the making. All right, our 1 minute has come up, and once again, I officially greet the people of Ambazonia who are sitting down and watching seriously but with patience our history that is unfolding. Today, um, I will be with Dr. Tata as we get into the studios. I'm just waiting for him to show up. He's still occupied somewhere, but then shortly he will be here. And before he comes in, I just want to take this very important discussion that I want to have with you. Many of you who are sitting out there might have heard me say a number of things concerning our history. It is no more news to every Ambazonian that 1960, when nations were given independence in Africa, we were not with La Republique. We were dependent. We were not with La Republique. It is no more history. They've tried to cover it and cover it and cover it, and it does not work. Now, as a clergy, I want to tell you that our history is made up of truth. As I've been telling you in my class as the teacher for church and politics, I have been telling you with very great emphasis that the struggle for Ambazonia is not only physical. And so people who jump in to the boat with physical arsenals to make sure that they fight this battle, I want to let you know that most of them end up with wounds. They are either wounded or they are dangerously taken out of the history they are trying to make. And I'm going to explain that. When it comes to regaining our homeland, like somebody just says here, he says there is no neutrality in war. Therefore, anyone who claims neutrality is in favor of the enemy. As simple as that. Thank you very much, my dear friend and brother, for that wonderful statement. No neutrality in war. The same as I have been telling you, there is no neutrality when it comes to the truth. And the highest thing that the Ambazonians need today is the life of former British Southern Cameroons. That is the life. Why do I say the life of former British Southern Cameroons? It's because I know and I tasted a bit of the history when I was growing up. The former British Southern Cameroons, before its invasion by France through La République du Cameroon, was a nation that believed in truth. Now, truth cannot be totally executed when the individual is not patriotic. When I talk of being patriotic, I simply mean that you take into consideration the community in which you are living before yourself. If it comes that you have to be the sacrificial lamb to die so that others can live and know what is called freedom, then you do it. But unfortunately, in the southern Cameroons in those days, there were a few people who were willing to do that. A person like Augustine Gumjua, being legally elected, was chased out of the office. He did not close his mouth. He continued talking until the regime took him out. So such people is what we want to emulate. And in our history, we are out to tell you some of the betrayals that had happened in the past, and we will connect it to the betrayal that is happening today, because nobody will tell me that there is no betrayal today. Now, the people who were betrayed at that time, most of them felt that something was right. And I would like to dive into part of what I teach people, that there is a way that seems right in the eyes of an average person, but the end of that road is destruction. A number of people have been destroyed because they saw the way which seemed to be right and they jumped into it. Now, listen, the wise saying, or the wise man says that in the multitude of counseling, advice, a lot of wisdom and a lot of precaution and a lot of salvation, as I will put it, people are protected when you get a lot of counseling. You compare it, you listen to it, and you compare it and you put it together. At the end of the day, you'll be saved. But when you neglect counseling, especially from the elders, those who have experienced it and you want to experience it, you will get the doom, your Waterloo of what has happened before. So I want you to understand, truly speaking, that the history that has been made, of which the Ambazonians of today should have learned from that history, unfortunately, they are trying to create the same scenario, knowingly or unknowingly. But I will say knowingly. And I would say again, unknowingly, because there is a power that is working over time, and these fellows can't even discern the power. They cannot even understand that this is a power that is working against them. Now, I want to say to all of us in this platform right now that our history that was in the negative at that time, a few people who were at the forefront were cajoled into the negative. And because in that negative at their time, there were some spiritual powers. People may not want to accept with what I'm saying, but this is the truth. How do you think somebody who will outrightly come out yesterday and is shouting at the top of his voice against the enemy suddenly turn his sword, suddenly turn his weapons of arsenal, suddenly turn his weapons of war against another person in the same house fighting the same battle? How are these weapons turned? Okay, I think it is time I get back into our current event. Somebody saying our current event, and I want to talk for country talk now. All this BB grammar is good for other people to hear, but they have heard enough of our history. So if you be an Ambazonian, I'm going to talk in the special Ambazonian English, where it be for all people to understand. It is meant for everybody to understand, from the oldest mother in the village who did not go to school to the smallest young man who has been deprived of school for the past 5 years by La Republique. So I'm going to use that language now. So I switch. All right, country people them, I dey bring salute again. Say for this we history, well, we don't start for talking with Dr. Tata a few days ago. We want to continue for bring this history, and want for back any Ambazonian where is sabi the history. Say every day for 5 o'clock for amber time, if some other thing no day, we go to come up for this way platform for make sure say we bring the history, make una begin see the history and see how we current events them, things the way they happen, they almost happen the same way they don't happen before. So where did they talk of a Bible grammar say history repeating itself? And because this history they repeat itself, at that time, many people they don't be wise. But today, plenty people they don't be wise. Wise means they don't get sense and they never just follow any nonsense where it happen. Now, if we imagine, say, for inside this 21st century and for 2022, we still get our eyes closed. I don't know whether na physical eyes or na spiritual eyes or na which kind of thing it happen. And you find somebody where it try to make history for happen. We don't talk so we want go for Ambazonia. And the only way for go for Ambazonia now for fight the enemy. And for fight enemy, we need a number of weapons for fight the enemy. Talk today for fight the enemy. Money today for fight the enemy. Materials day for fight the enemy. All kind thing them for make us say make the enemy a common for we land. And all Ambazonians they come gather together for make sure say make them fight that fight so that make the enemy a common for we land. And we don't fight successfully for 5 years, despite all the roadblock them where they put them for road. You can't dig hole, jump and pass. Come dig gutter, jump and pass. Come open valley, jump and pass. So we don't jump and pass, jump and pass, jump and pass, jump and pass for the past 5 years going where this interim government it be restore our land for be the Federal Republic of Ambazonia. It restore them. And when it be restore them, a number of things that start to take place, especially in 2020 and 2021. We see the height where this we government if don't put in place for drive out the enemy. But then, just like it did anytime where we make with history, any man where they forget for read history for past, that person you know go fit understand what way we they talk now, because for ignore history in the past, it be a very dangerous thing for anyone for do. So as we the go ahead, we do no one for behave like people the way they don't know where they come out. And because 2018, after the restoration for we land, will be declared say by this president, President Dr. Sako, say Ambazonia, they don't hand them over for God. And as they hand them over for God, things then change. Plenty things then change. All the occultic people them, and Nyungo people them, where they will try for take we, sell we back for La Republique du Cameroon, because say they get the same master with La Republique du Cameroon. They suddenly discover say place no day for them for carry out their metaphysical activities and their juju. So anytime where Dr. Sako comes say make we start program, he say we prayer. And this prayer, it disturb some of these people the way they don't already drink blood, sign blood pack with La Republique. It disturb them. And some of them, like Judas Iscariot, they go take 30 pieces of silver. Maybe this time around, more than 30 pieces of silver for make and say we'll go back for La Republique du Cameroon. But because we don't talk, say God don't enter for this particular journey where we did inside there now, we hand them over for God. And when we did prayer, and the people they did talk, and God did the answer. Other thief people the way they only build on lies, they poison the hearts of the Ambazonians. Now, Ambazonians, I want to ask you a question, especially when I did for home front, for homeland. I want to ask you a question. If today at the fight, say, make we go for inside we land, and other people they fight, more go for inside we land, and suddenly my language tomorrow it change. I begin fight the other people them, where we be stand 1 foot, where we be talk one mop. Suddenly, I start begin fight them. I need to fight the enemy. I need to talk about the contribution. But the other group where I did it every now and then, they talk about contribution. They raise money. Then the other group where I did it inside, I start to tell and say, no, they raise that money for tea farm, they take them for chop farm, and so on and so forth. And then anything where they talk, it not to be for advance we for go for boya. My countryman for home front, you go still to follow that man say the one thing we go for boya. Yes, he go cry. You know, say wishman, when he don't kill somebody, he go for the die place, cry past the people where they get they die. Now so they be tell we for the country. So when somebody don't give for Nyongo chop you, they come there for bury you. He go come there as a friend. He go cry so they pass all people them. Where some chuku, they for inside you kwa. When he don't take and put them, sell you. And it always happen. I feel remember in the days where I be there for secondary school, where by that time they don't deprive we for not read we own history. They tell we about Julius Caesar, they tell we about Brutus, they tell we about the European history. And a time be there where Caesar, a very good friend, why me I even go far. What about Blaise Compaoré for Burkina Faso with Captain Thomas Sankara? Plenty people from Ambazonia, they know the story. They go for that military school academy for Yaoundé together. I hear say they be there for the same dormitory, and they go back for home as friends. They want sweep their land for make the poor people them. May they enjoy at least their poverty in freedom. France come for back, can't instigate Blaise Compaoré. Neither for exile. And also all these coup plotters and criminals, because like La Republic do, now so France do. They don't get good, better friend. No. When they don't use you as an African, the next thing I say, wait, they go dumb you. Oh yes, they'll throw you very far. They don't accomplish their fight. A few days ago, I don't know what way provoke this Putin. Putin right. He say France they make noise. You know if you attack France, but he just talks to make France leave the African countries them alone. Then France will become the poorest country in Europe, worse than Africa. Now say talk, and that is true. When you see African countries, they agitate, and then it is surprised me for Ambazonians, where they not be part of that cabal of France. They the one now for go join La République. Then they talk with where they call and say federation. You don't ever see any French country get federation for Africa. No 1 days. No 1 days. They don't forget them. I check in of Ambazonia, na lie. Ambazonia get better stand as they don't stand and make sure that make their freedom come. Where they are the talk? At the talk say many Ambazonians where they be want freedom and they no be stand in spiritual rectitude with God, and they no be stand with Satan. They be want for being neutral. Today, we don't know say, just like you know if you be neutral for the truth, you know if you be neutral when it comes for spiritual matters. You are either with the devil or you be with God. And we don't see any man will be with God in the fight for other people for succeed. But the one the way they not be with God, I did tell you gospel truth. That people them, they actually be for the downfall or for the destruction of the people the way God want say make them be make them get freedom. And that is what way it actually happened with we now for inside Amberland, where some people, they don't wake up, they don't want the freedom of an average Ambazonian, they don't want their freedom, and they don't want also for, actually they don't want their freedom, and they don't want the Ambazonian people for be free, but they will come out cry pass all man. And when you stand for tell them which way it be the truth and it be obtainable, they will call you names. And then they get their lie narrative where they always talk. And that narrative now for turn around, blame somebody where it just be like now I thought someone will go for more contribute money. And then my friend, Dr. Tata, can't talk someone will not contribute money for fight this fight. And then after tomorrow, the fight no worker. Then the same my friend will be tell me, someone will be tell people they may not contribute money. It can begin ask me, say, why this thing fail? Why it fail? But when I even they talk, say, you see, and Satan they make them in such a way that people they be so blinded. And you know, as the people then be so blinded, they talk all the noise where they talk because say Satan don't blind their eyes and they don't see. And when you stand on the truth, they come intimidate you. Oh, you are a Sako fan, you are a Sako this one, you are like interim government, don't be like this and so on. Meanwhile, they try by every means for take us, go back for Yaoundé. Who be know, say Muna, when they will take it, can replace them with Gumjwa, they move the seat, go put them for Yaoundé. Who be know, say at the end of the day, we will be the advance. We don't go back for primitivity to square zero, for start from square zero. And how many millions of Ambazonians, they don't kill them. Kill them because they come up for say, no, we don't remain slaves for this past 60 years, where La Republic, it don't take hostage of us. Now, some people then still there for inside this 21st century, they call themselves educated. Sometimes they call them, say, educated illiterates. Yeah, educated illiterates in the sense that when you see red, you do try to convince every man, say they want are white. But at the same time, when they ask you for produce the evidence of which way you talk, you are mobbed to go for corner. Because you'll be very good at fabricating lies. And when the truth never come out, people they believe lies. But when the truth come out, the lies that will just ape away, small. And we see how the lies that they go away, small. And once you don't reach a point where you don't get lies for talk them again, the next thing I say, you will get one song where you sing them every now and then. But we'll be here for progress, for go ahead. Now, we don't reach a time in our history for build back which way it be for 1960, 1959. We don't reach that stage. And for build back that stage where we did for 1960, the standard we will get on today, it not be the standard of that other day. The standard we'll get on today, now the standard of law and order. And when law and order it not be in place, let me tell you, you the build on what they call say sinking sun. And when that sun go sink, your eye go clear. Say truly speaking, I be the build on sun, like it don't happen for so many people. Some of them do regret. I want to talk, say, we forefather them, our founding fathers. Thank God said it before they one die, they will write their letter, talk their grievances before they die. If they be there for inside this particular system where we there now, so where things and be very, very clear, where you don't hide anything. If you want to know the history of any country, you don't need to go for secondary school or some special school. Just get your Google, put in that country. That is which way don't happen in the 21st century. Everything about that country will come out. Everything. Even the sacrifice the way we talk say they did for UN. No, they no more day only for UN. Go for inside Google. Open them. Now, one of my very fine countryman, he makes statement. He talks say somebody way they hear story about another person. He just open a small mouth or a big mouth. It became vomit lies. It means that person will already get some grudge. I make a talk say the grudge where they get them for this interim government. Now say they don't try all means. In fact, some of them they even confess. I remember sometime we have here one of the disgruntled Ambazonians where he talk say he call the president say the Ngambe Bible man. Ngambe Bible man. Why go put that name Ngambe Bible man? Now because he try by all means. He try with Ngambe, try with Bible, it no work. So he just baptized you with the name Bible Ngambe man. But for history, it the one for repeat itself. But thank God, say a group of people in there where they don't turn up, talk say for this time around, for insight with history, and for insight the journey where we they do now, we no go agree. And because the talk said they no go agree, a few days ago, they will get a program where it been a ASSC 2 for inside Washington. Many people for Ground Zero no be understand. And I want to tell we say that Ambazonia stakeholders strategic conference, it will be for recalibrate, for remind we, and for rebuild we, and for give we the way forward for make we history. Now, before we get all these division them way, we get them for inside our history in the making, like the institutions like local government, councils, and the other departments. It will be an agreement where it take place for ASS, Ambazonian Stakeholders Conference for Berlin, for Germany in 2019. 2019. So when that conference will be finished, Ambazonia, it will begin line up with the history where it don't happen in the late 50s, 1954. Now, for that conference, after they don't do everything possible, of course, by that time, they don't restore the sovereignty of Ambazonia in the government of Joa, because now the government of Joa, where Ahijo, a jump in, take over, start for becoming spoil we. So they don't restore. Maybe I'll just read this comment where somebody they make for here. I like them. Why did other groups not go ahead to stop AFCON? Like it or not, Dr. Sako remains the only leader. Wait, soldiers. Leader recognized by the refugees, IDPs, wounded soldiers needing assistance, and all genuine supporters of the Ambazonian Restoration Forces. Good. Another person talks say the coup plotters under Chris are advertising their foolishness, wickedness, hatred, illiteracy, etc. in international. In international for free. Oh, okay. Well, these are comments where people they make them for make Ambazonians make them wake up, because like I don't talk, when you be a lover of truth and you do fight for make sure that your country it become the real one, and then suddenly you change, you need to fight that fight again. What is the logical conclusion? All mango conclude logically, say it is so. Some language the way they always use them. They don't buy you over. He has been compromised. He has been this and that. Yeah, I agree to that one. But sincerely, another thing when I look at these people, I pity them very, very seriously. I pity them. Because no matter which way they happen, we get directives and we get senses that somebody will suddenly change today, where they shout, let's go, let's go, let's go. Today, suddenly change around and say, no, 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 move, no go, move, no go. And he create his own. Let me tell you, this history in the making, many people, they don't create many groups. And 3/4 of the groups, them, they will come out from the IG leadership. They don't create them, splinter groups. And guess what? Many Ambazonians, they don't know. But we come out from southern Cameroons in those days, we know. That's why when they are blaming these people and calling them names and so on, where they be involved and in charge, I they look and so I they pity them. Because they be deceived. I they pity them because they don't know. I they pity them because some black veil don't be covered their face and even their minds, and they don't understand. So when they talk the way that they talk, I they pity them because they don't understand. Now, they don't bring out all these splinter group them for make sure they take we back for La Republic of Cameroon. Make I tell you, La Republic and France, they know they sleep. When they see, say, you really being as somebody who want to bring the freedom of Ambazonian people, they go send people behind you. Some of the very close friends, some of them where they don't discover, say, bribery and corruption still there for their blood. And if you look their family background, even back home, even in their villages, you also discover, say, corruption be already there. So they will come behind you, give you incentives, talk good talk, derail you, and make sure, say, make you carry out which way you plan for carry out. They don't try. And when they don't try with the big groups and try with other people, them, they don't work hard, they enter into the real people. I don't want to call any, but one particular county there for Ambazonia, for Southern Cameroons. I don't want to call that county's name because a good number of good people in there for that place too. But if you go for insight with history in the past, you discover, say, the highest betrayals, it will come up for that village, for that county. Yes, highest betrayals. I don't know whether na Musong with no, they didn't call and say Musong. I don't know whether na some Gomba meat where they don't chop them. Say they got tie bundle with our slave assistant masters, because the slave masters are France. So when they look these people, so the way they didn't damba and the way they do things them, I did see now the big picture. And that's why I don't ask most of we intercessors for pray very positively for God for these people them. But the one the way the big obstacle for we way, we don't take them out. But guess what? God, it take them out. And we don't pray, say, before we go for Boya, make our history, it be a history where it be like the history of the children of Israel. When they come up for Egypt, for the book of Numbers, about a particular point in time, 250, they talk, say, honorable men of repute. That is strong politicians, where they get people the way they follow them. People the way they don't study. Respected men for inside the society. They will rise up against God, his servant, where they lead them for go for promised land. After they will rise up against him, the man beget a kind of a wonderful heart. Instead of call fire from heaven for consume them, he pray. He say, Papa, better take me away. May these people then go. Papa God say, what? He show his power. One day, earth, the ground open so. Some of that cool plotters them, all they go down. But we did for time for gracia, where they call say we did for a time period of the grace of God. And people, they don't take this grace of God for granted. And they do anything where they like for do. And when they do this nonsense, what did they do? God just sit down for heaven, they look them, they laugh. But small, gradually, person where it don't put them at the forefront for help, may we go back for we land. And people, they will set and don't blind their eyes. They talk nonsense. You find, I call them educated illiterates. You find them talking some things the way they don't feel substantiate. And you find them cursing. Now that cursing go take we go by. No. What do we want? We don't see in the history where we make. Say while we go ahead, God they expose them. Dr. Sarkozy go ahead, still raise money for support the boys on the ground. Ask them, the money where they don't give the boys on for the ground. You know how many of them don't kill them because of that blood money where they don't sacrifice them for Yaoundé, for Isinga. They don't sacrifice the money. I mean the money, put them for altar, make enchantment, call all kinds of demons and all kinds of evil spirit. When they send you the money, you suddenly take your gun, you turn against your own brother. But for 2020, 2021, when the boys and the men and women, the way they defend homeland, they will receive the support from the interim government. While these coup plotters, they plan their coup, plan their games, how to take it back for La Republique. The interim government will be busy. They galvanize, they raise money. And when they raise the money, some of them, they can't thief the money, say, move this thing for buy this thing in a black market. You know, if you go straight, so some will help, they take the money, disappear. And today, they be the very first people for make noise. When did they make noise? When they say, bring we the evidence of the noise where they make them. They go end up with some money, a cocoa farm for whatever. Thief the pictures them, thief the money website, can't come out, talk stories. All right. Show we the reality of what way they talk. Unfortunately, they no fit show. Bring your evidence. They no fit bring up. Speculations. Because lies that you fly like empty ngong way nakam. But today, we want for talk say, Ambazonian they for ground for home front. We want for tell when I say things they don't change. Things they don't change in the spirit. And of course, things that they change in the physical. Because once the spiritual realm may be defeated, the physical realm, it come under subjugation and subject to the spiritual. So I want to tell an average Ambazonian, when you trust, say we'll get back our homeland, we not fit join with that people them for any way. I want to tell you, say you be on the right footing. No shake for any story where you hear. The real story where I want to make you note them, that the one way be in the making. And if it don't be, that story be don't be. That story be don't be for us, for Ambazonia. And the story be being as waiting. As free people, free Ambazonian people, some of our brother, they wake up the one for sell we back. They try for sell we back. But if you be there, where they get the mark of God for their lives, they deny the selling. And as they deny the selling, the struggle, it don't continue till today. Now, the last one where it happened in this interim government, I don't tell you, say splinter groups, they don't come out, plenty of them, disgruntled. And two things the way they make and they come out. Number one, spiritual, because they don't feel penetrate. Number two, now because they want for hand we back, get something from La Republique. But then when they get them, most of them know the finisher. They know the chopper. Time go past me for name you some fighter them, where we all know their story. I don't hear they call one of them say don't disappear. Say don't be for Nigeria now with La Republique soldier them for find out people the way they support this move for go back for homeland for kill them. My dear friend, try for kill all of them will be very impossible. We don't go unite with La Republic. Put them down for inside your book. We don't go unite with them. No way. That time we don't pass. Yes, that time we don't pass. And since we don't talk, say this one that the last generation, it go be. Go collect anything we want for collect for them, either spiritually or physically, and come. This battle and this our history, it be a different history right now in the making. The first one, they betray. They betray. They betray with waiting, with their sincerity. They betray with their honesty. Yes, sincerity, honesty. They talk for La Republic, tell them what way Papa got a one time, and show them what way he get for B. Unfortunately, it no waka. Why? Because their honesty, their sincerity, it be last at almost nothing. Because without God, in the midst of whatever sincerity you are, I'm telling you, without God, it no go waka. Let me read this comment where one of our close brothers in Mekam for here. Last week, the interim government, under the leadership of President Sako, donated money to Ambazonians in prison. Which other group has ever sent a dime to prisoners? We will never unite with La Republic, never. That's good. You see, these are some well-meaning Ambazonians where they get illiterate are here asking for money which they have never contributed a dime. There you go. So, and some people in their way, they always want to know which way the money don't go. I want to talk, say, all this, the new group that has just appeared a few days ago, the new group, I don't want to call the name. Now, group, we might not mistakenly talk anything. The interim government, they can't pay, but the new La Republic group, we don't just come up now with so many things in behind where time never yet reach for reveal them. But we're not going to know the kind ties where they get them. When they come up for their social media group, they shout, they make noise. We must go. We must take them. You do take waiting. Now mob they take them. No, now action they take them. People for home front, when I ask and say, all this no way they make, I made to show you how much they don't contribute them. I hear one of them go talk, say, any man where we don't contribute money, make it go sue. That means say you way they talk, say, any man where you don't contribute money. Why you not first go sue the man where you talk, say, they sue him? That means say you know they contribute. Yet you they make noise. They ask about money. Me, I so here, I don't contribute. Oh, I don't contribute. Oh, yes. The interim government, it don't be focused now. And the focus in of safety make thunder and anything happen with the go ahead. And Papa God a day with we. I don't hear many people don't quote their own Bible. We agree to it because there is a way where it seems right unto a man. Yes, they don't quote some kind Bible, say one with God is majority. But Bible talks where two or three are gathered together, it did it for their midst. And if God, it be majority, then I agree with that statement for that people, their own book where they don't write that. Say one with God, the majority. I agree to that. And so the noise where they go on there with a lot of hoodlocks, they try for fight God. I don't talk them before, and I still talk them. Oh yes, you try for fight God. When you fight God, the person where knows say God there for his side, it do things that go JJ. That is why the ASSC2 for Washington, it will come out with big resolutions. Some of the resolutions that the one the way when I hear me for here, I talk, I mention them. Yeah, when I never hear me, I call that former name again. We call and say home front. So we didn't have a home front because La Republic and the demonic people, they will make people call with country saying na zero ground. No, things in day. You know, say zero means say not in no day. But I want to tell Ambazonian and say, we land not be zero land. People in day, where they love their freedom. They love the law of the land. They want for Shidon, for inside the law of the land. And for that reason, I want to tell Ambazonians we are good to go. For that ASSC to a number of decisions that will be taken. And one of the first decisions the way to be taken, now that one way, it bring we back to Southern Cameroons. Southern Cameroons, we get all this dichotomy of divide and rule, divide and kill, where La Republique, it don't use them over the years for full we, and there's some illiterates and they way they wake up can't make noise for social media. Where if you ask them, say, what you don't contribute, they know if you talk, but it will be out for question. Okay, the one way you don't take them. They don't give you, say, make you support, me give them for the boys for ground. If you give proof, say you don't give the money, of course, no, you never give them. But ASSC, it come up for tell we say, we never continue for the ploy, for the deceit of La Republique. So we come up with waiting. We come out with dividing our former British Southern Cameroons into 3 zones. 1, the Atlantic zone. 2, the Midland zone. And 3, the Savannah zone. Now, this one will be at the way we bring them, the focus where we get them for inside we ASSC2, where it don't make La Republique to be confused. But because the supporters of La Republique, when they amongst us, they call themselves the Ambazonians, but their spirit and their souls don't be sold over to Satan. Satan that is in charge of La Republique. Sometimes when we come for meeting, we talk, say, let us pray. Some people, they vex. Some of the shameless hypocrites where they still call God and they still agree, say, yes, this revolution, now God ordained. Shamelessly, they talk to me, they know prayer. Because they know, say, that evil spirit of La Republique, it is inside them. Now, let me come back home. When we come for this focus for make our history, it go back to the foundation. We said Atlantic zone, Midland zone, Savannah zone, for broke that dichotomy, broke that their lie when La Republique, it don't talk them for broke that lie. We say Atlantic zone go comprise of Fako County, Meme County, Ndian County, and Kope Maningoba County. So this one, it take away all that lies, southern zone and northern zone. No, that one is still the appellation of the devil, the appellation of La Republique, where it be under the auspices of the devil. All right. Now we come to Midland zone. For Midland zone, we get Lebialem, we get Manu, we get Mezam, and we get Momo for Midland zone. So you see, say, that Tifree for La Republique, for put we, for fight and knock ourselves together. The Ambazonian call it all stakeholders strategic conference, but now Ambazonia strategic conference. If you ever ask me about talk, say all Ambazonian stakeholders strategic conference, because the conference be an open conference, only coup plotters and pro La Republique them, they no be give for come there, because we know we want no disturbance. Some of the way they don't already be drunken with the blood of our heroes, where they don't die, by collecting money for La Republique for betray the cause, make it end. They call for normalcy, talk to me ghost towns they end, and all that kind type of things. Then it be a clear indication that these people are no more for us, but go back for a country. Judas Iscariot, if he called Jesus, say Lord, 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 and what did happen? If he end up for kill himself, after he discovered, say there was no way for actually kill Jesus. Some people didn't talk, say, and I agree with that analogy. Say Judas, if he believes, say, if he sell Jesus, he go take the money, just chop him, then go away. When the Jews then try for kill Jesus, they not succeed, he go tell them, say, no, I don't do my part. So I'm gonna see to it. But unfortunately, it not be work as so. Now, so many so-called Ambazonians, they know say Biadon sacrifice many things them for on top. Biadon sacrifice many things them for on top the altar of our children's blood, and the one they will kill her innocently for Satan. Then they go take the money, and the check say if you take money, it can't do you good. You know if it do you good. I know of a young man, one young man, me I know him personally for Bamenda Day. He be a garagist. That means he be the work of a garage, the repair motor, garage man. So he go play this their tumbu. He win lottery. I think he been 100 million on waiting. He buy things and buy things and buy motor, then buy things and buy things. Them. I am telling you, in 2 years' time, that guy died. And before he one die, he be the right now motorcycle. Not new motorcycle, old motorcycle. But when Satan give you, that's why when you go for take money for places you never walk on, and you just wonder which kind of man will you be. And when they tell you for can't sell your brother and your sister, you go sell them. And you pretend, oh, we want to go to Boya. We are fighting to go to Boya. This and that, and so on. And when they know if you withstand the people the way they don't come today, say no more. Somebody talk say you cannot withstand prayers. Make I read that comment. You cannot withstand prayers because you are a demon. Now you are being exposed big time. All right. So some of these old demons, them now they call them where they no one withstand prayers. They don't jump out. They talk rubbish. They write nonsense. But I leave them alone because their time they come. Like if you don't come for some of them, where right now, now only God you want know how they did for inside their homes, they cry. Yes, because you know if he sell out the people of God, the blood of the Ambazonians in that way, I just say will go free. And then there's this other criminal way, know your book. It make noise, it make noise, so much noise. I need to still make the noise for you corner today because they don't relate it for corner. They not be out for fight for Ambazonia. They will do everything for make sure say make Dr. Sako fail so that they can now hand way over back to La Republic. But you know what? But here what happened in the history in the making. We now have Atlantic Zone, Fako, Meme, Dian, Kope Maninguba. Then Midland Zone, Lobialem, Manyu, Mezam, Momo. Then Savannah Zone, you get Menchum, Boyo, DMC. That's Ndunga Amantum, Ngokutunja, and Bui. For inside home front, we want to make our people, they make the right distinct then down. So that when somebody can tell you, say, those of you in the north, you say, we don't get Northern Zone. We get Atlantic Zone, we get Midland Zone, and we get Savannah Zone. So that divide and rule of La Republic, where one knock we heads together, go waka. The people of Southern Cameroonians, Ambazonians, have restored their government, the government of His Excellency Bobe Ngomjua. Oh, now somebody did right. Me, I read that comment. Sometimes all this comment will be very powerful. The government of His Excellency Bobe Ngomjua, which was illegally dissolved by La Republique. Our territorial boundaries are internationally recognized and the document and documented. We have we have our own army known as the Ambazonian Restoration Forces. We have our own governance structures, etc. We are on our way to Boya. No one can stop us, not even La Republique and their proxy, which are Ambazonians that are sitting right inside here and making noise. Ambazonians that have been sold out, where they've been sellouts. They talk lies. People in the homeland, I beg, where you hear all the to read them, where did they talk for inside social media? Just ask them question. I say, when I don't contribute with our money, when I don't send them for USAI, when I don't help the people they need for prison, when I make a move, no prisoners. When I write letters show for we how the other group they don't help una internationally displaced people them for refugee them for Nigeria. I know say one man they way if they take advantage every year, he go collect money, say they go visit people them. Then take some, they put them for a pocket, then come here, begin point fingers. Go for inside the annals of our contribution. Find out whether this fellow don't ever contribute money. I don't hear one of them here. They talk say, we don't contribute money. We don't have to contribute money. Is it true? You will show a receipt where you contribute money. So has somebody write for say President Sako is our God ordained leader. La Republic will fail in all their attempts to take him down because he is being protected by the power of God. I agree with you, my sister. Devils too do quote the Bible, and that is what is going on with all the coup plotters and a person like this. I don't want to call him an enemy. He's not my enemy. He is just a deceived, deluded Ambazonian, where he be a member of a secret society. And so when I talk, they think they vex it plenty. I know you very well. When I talk, it is stammer. It is try for stammer for talk because he knows say what you are the talk not true. So my friend, if you know say you get you don't contribute, send me your receipts. Me I verify. Next time I'll correct her because for inside Ambazonia here will be very, very straightforward. Now, if you want to ask your money, I don't tell we say for inside the interim government, we be very, very strict, and we want for talk migrant make front line homeland make it talk. Homeland want for tell you say this interim government it gets structures, and the structures they be connected with the people they call and say local government chairmen. I don't know whether they don't change them too for be coordinators or now only counties they be coordinators. So this local government coordinator them plenty money don't pass through their hands. Some of them don't be very faithful. They give the money for their defense chief then. Some of them defense thieves. They take the money, chop them. We know the story of how one of the thief boys them, they always talk say this is classified. It go lie for the interim government. It lie for interim government. Say it be this, it be this. You know talk say they be dismissive for army. Say it be very unscrupulous. You know talk say church where it be there, everybody be know it say it be thief. You know, most of the people the way they be Christians, they be that church, they be know it say it be a thief man. But it can feign himself before the one realize it don't be at the high echelon for inside this interim government. Then he swindle with his three friends them $135,000, where they be now in a conspiracy of silence and they keep quiet about it. And then they point fingers where they don't feel substantiate them, where they don't get evidence. Now, in the history of our making, we will continue for that ASSC2 come out with some very important decisions. And this decision them, like I don't read them for here, one of the decisions will be now say the divide and rule where La Republic be the formally do them. Make our country don't knock we head. We don't talk say no more. We go ahead. And that's why we get the Atlantic zone, take them down, Atlantic zone, where it comprised of Fako County, Meme County, Ndian County, and Kupe Manunguba. From now, we would call them say Atlantic zone. When you mention Atlantic zone, just write the names down and go ahead and begin to call that name. Now, change of names, it will be very obvious. They take on small. When La Republic we can't take we try for few sweep for inside their system, may will not exist. You know what they will call we? They will call we say Cameroonians. And then if you spell them anyhow, it will work. If you spell them with U, it will work. If you spell them with O, it will work. But we can't realize. And Mr. Bia Tokam said these people they get different culture. They be a different group. It be honest that very day, 2019, if I'm not mistaken, or 18. He said these people they be a different culture, different geographical setting, different mindset. We don't try for over these 58 years for bring them. Try for just wipe out the identity in no worker. If man fit talk like that, we no be under due rest. Because I remember saying in those days, the Holy Spirit used to come down on some people and they go talk. You know, even Satan, he go enter among the people of God. He talked true that day. He talked true. God I say, hey, now who that? He say, Papa God, you don't know me again. Now me I be Satan. No. He said, what are you looking here amongst the children of God? He said, Master, they just go to and fro. I look the person where I go deceive him, take him out. And he don't enter for inside Ambazonians. He pick a lot of them. Where they live today like a shadow, and they talk, but in a shadow they actually talk. They not be real Ambazonians, so they are a shadow, and the shadow they talk. You know, and so for the ASSC2, we decide a change of name, and small. No, we won't begin call Ambazonia now. Yes. Now so Atlantic Zone, Midland Zone, Savannah Zone, Home Front, you know, it go soon be smooth for we mouth. All that terrible names and the way they give we for make with the fight. This one come on from Southern, this one come on from Northern. It go soon go away because the people of Ambazonia, they don't decide. The interim government, all the other group them, because there are so many groups them. And for inside this group them, they give a follow what the interim government they do. Because as a group, you are not a government. So groups, they don't get in government. So sometimes when I hear them talk, say, the IG group, I they laugh them plenty. I they laugh them. Because the IG, it bring up decision them, they implement that. IG talk say, okay, Ghost Town. Not be all them follow Ghost Town. Now the groups, they don't come now because they know say their masters be furious. They want for go take me back for Fumban and the Banjum, where they be denied for Giwi rights. These people don't come now for this 21st century for the third time for take we back for La Republic. No, sir. All that splinter group them with their chairman, the way they get belly, like some my friend, the way they say they be pastors. You know, one of them go talk say he want for change Cameroon. Man way he be there, they bring the word of God for people. He say one change Cameroon, go join politics. I'm sure they go give that thing for that cup, make it drink for La Republic. The blood of make it drink. He said, no, lie to lie. They bury you before you die. That's to show you that you know if you jump out of God's hands, then you go do your rubbish. Then you still come back to call God in name. All this one, the way they talk about God for here. God, our revolution, our struggle, now God ordained. And at the same time, they curse God. At the same time, they curse God. I just pity them. But Ambazonians, we did go ahead for make history. We did go ahead and we make history. Already, I don't hear people, they don't say home front. No more ground zero. No, we'll not be zero. We'll be home front. Oh, yes, that is part of the decisions where the government of the Federal Republic of Ambazonia, it be taken for this conference. Say our name, it don't be changed. We don't be that nothing. We don't be now home front. People of the blessed land. Yes, we be blessed. That was one of the tough changes where I be like them. And very soon, the name will become smooth. Then, I don't talk about Atlantic Zone, Midland Zone, and Savannah Zone. So we get 3 zonal divisions for inside Ambazonia. 3 zonal divisions. We get Atlantic Zone, we get Midland Zone, and we get Savannah Zone. So me now man can tell you, say, okay, how will you do now? Where you will take somebody from the defunct, debased, and disintegrated formal appellation of La Republique for divide we. You get somebody from the Midland Zone, where it come out from the same land, where it be formerly called say South, and the formerly called say North. They be together in the same zone now. How will you call them? How will you divide them? My dear friend, I want to tell you, say, we don't go far. And we go. Now the government, though, interim government, now in the go so. So if they waste your time with social media noise, with a lot of co-plotters, big talk for nothing. We want action. Action at the thing where it go make we stand up. Ambazonians. I know say for homeland and for home front, when I don't receive a lot of mess and noise, but stay calm. We go to come up for come share with Una the truth. Ask those people. This last time after the conference, the interim government raised $30,000 plus dollars. Plus the other one will be raised a few weeks ago, $56,000, putting it all together about $86,000 for support people them for home front, for carry out where they get for carry out. Now ask all these cool plotters where they don't go hijack and the one for thief everything. Ask a majority of them for show their receipt where they will contribute. Many of them now only talk for mob. They never show receipt where they contribute. And they take the position of La Republique for she don't like big men. When they say you be chairman, you should don't like big man. Then you the one for command. Yes. Yeah. And then one of them don't write for here. I think no need to mention a name. He say, he call my name, say I am a proud co-plotter. Trust me. I cannot trust a co-plotter. You will plot and then make sure you sell me. I cannot trust you. I know say you be co-plotter, so I must take my time and run away from you. That's what he has written. For when I do read the comments on this show, when I will see somebody, he don't write and say, he call my name, say it's a command. I am a proud co-plotter. I'm a proud co-plotter. See here what we write. I am a proud co-plotter. Trust me. My dear friend, even for construct, when you say I am a proud cool, you don't say plotters. You say I'm a proud cool plotter. When you say we are cool proud, you say plotters. Now people didn't know they don't even construct a simple sentence for English. They go there for come, she don't say the one for lead Ambazonians. And shameless people, they'll go, she don't make tumbu, bash calabash for make their president. Hey, Ambazonian don't cheap. But let me tell you, we cannot be debased to that level where they will come make tumbu, take people the way they know make a simple construction. Better talk pidgin, yeah, my countryman. Talk pidgin than for go disgrace yourself, say you the right English. Anyway, at the talk say ASSC2, it produce we results. And as the days they go by, we're going to bring you the results one after the other. The major result in way we don't hold them, where I don't talk with today. Now a change of name, change of appellation. Because if I read very well in my scriptures, Bible talks say, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. And then it make me for remember the story of Nabal, the husband of Abigail. When David want to go destroy, because David help he drive enemies from his ship, he no respect David for he even chop. So one day David wake up say one go kill him. The woman here, he come back David, he say please leave here. So as he name a day, na so a day, he name na Nabal, where means say foolish. Now so he foolish, and of course David believe he at the end of the day he be die on his own. So all cool plotters where they check say we go send thunder and fire for kill you. No, our God not to do so. No, fight. Do anything what you do for fight against God. When the time reach, he get a vengeance. Yes. Now he got avenge for us. We cannot revenge, but now God he got avenge for us because we know, sir, we don't give this business for inside your heart. That's why with a smile, try to take anything where it checks if you take them, but it will come back normally and naturally. Yes, it will come back normally and naturally. How can people be struggling for go get money for bank where they talk say President Sako don't thief all money? They won't go take empty bank for do it today. No, a year. My countryman, you don't foolish so you won't go take empty account. Abba, I beg. And the people they know they contribute because if they contribute, they for no wait they go on. And some of them are people where they don't run come out, they be disgruntled as Dr. Titabi talk. Now the only man that I like for mentioning name, because he show an example of a Southern Cameroonian. Not be Ambazonian yet, but Southern Cameroonian. But as we change the name, I believe say the real Southern Cameroonians, they go teach them sense. And Dr. Titana, one of them. Congratulations, my my countryman. I think call her my son. Yes, my son. Yeah, he's my son. Yes. So my son, congratulations. Now for when we would tell the history of our land, and when we see young men like Una, they reproduce the history where we be get them, where these people come in try for spoil and for we before, and some of us still be alive today. We survive. We see them and we tell Una, and people like you, when they wake up, take them, become wrong with them. I congratulate you. I congratulate you. Yes. Some of the people the way they proud say they be cool plotters where they give money for them for support, defend our land. They take the money, chop them, and now they lie. You know, and now they lie. And when they come up or can't lie, that is the lies that they sound sweet. But if you listen very well, when they sound sweet, they go in for mix with your spirit man. You reject them. I see one lady right. He calls some man in name. I don't want to call the name for we ABC because we are very precious. We know they call demonic and satanic names for here. But I want to say he writes something where I like him very plenty. He say be day for the other side, he hears some story, but they don't sound well. They don't sound well. They don't sound well. But as they don't sound well, he won't come for go verify. He discover say the coup plotters, they get one message, and that message now for blackmail, now for lie. And then that's why their spokesman, listen very well. When he talk today, he say they don't impeach president. Then the other day go come talk say, we don't impeach this man, but he no one go. The other day go talk say, yes, the other way this man don't give him, so that means they impeach you, come back, can't see you, come, I mean, inconsistent. Now for talk say, now tumbu. And if you follow tumbu, where resolutions they come out like Atlantic Zone, Fako, Memem, Dian, Kope Manengoba, Midland Zone, Lebialem, Manyu, Mezam, Momo, Savannah Zone, Menchum, Boyo, TMC, Ngokutunja Bui. Then you know, say we don't advance. And they will come out with homeland. Homeland, we don't advance. The last thing where I go one for talk for we for here for today's episode, because you know time it is still time day. Okay, time still day. I know they I still get about some few more minutes. All right, make a take to the other thing where we be officially where the coup plotter they did for back, they shout, they make noise, they disturb the ears of Ambazonians. Then would it be focused for just go ahead and put things for inside the right perspective. Now remember, I don't tell you say if they call you a bad name, eventually what will happen? No, they start to call you bad name from Peking. Go and ask mommy them when they be born Peking. Which kind of Peking don't born? A born na Akwara. Go and find out some of the Peking the way they grew up be Akwara. Now because their mommy be talking na Akwara way born. Some women they curse their Peking from the word go. Give the name say na Akwara. Akwara means say na girl Peking. And girl Peking means say a harlot, according to her, a prostitute. And some of them grew up, they don't understand themselves, but they find themselves prostituting. Now, because of that appellation. Now, when God, if you want for bless Israel, his name be as wait, Jacob, where means say supplanter, a thief, an armed robber. What did he do? He changed the name from Jacob to Israel. And today, Israel means say blessings. I will see the blessings. Where did you follow ye? Now, a number of Ambazonian them, they get some cursed names on them, where they be labeled by La Republique because they be chopped of the forbidden fruit. And they talk rubbish say na an embezzler, he go want for talk, shout on top of his voice for cover up embezzlement. He go to call other people, they say na embezzler. You know that? Yes. I don't be for place where some man thief, as he run, it is shout, thief man, thief man, thief man. People they chase the thief man, don't pass go when I be the thief man. That is what is happening with many Ambazonian. The way they don't be blinded in the spirit, Satan don't fool them, blind their eyes. Like the public don't give them that forbidden fruit, they chop them, and so on and so forth. Now the way they be the first people for shout embezzlement, but go and find out. Common 10,000 where they give them, say they send them for support boys on the ground, they take and chop them. And this other man where they make a lot of noise here for inside a county, they begin for remove he, drive he, because they give him money for he will be defense chief for a county. They give him money till tomorrow. He no fit show proof, say he send the money for the boys them for ground. And now he go be the very first person for talk say now you be the first person to talk say embezzlement. When you hear people talk about embezzlement, just go and find out the history for their back. Now people they were, sincerely speaking. Oh my God. I don't know how you describe some of these blindfolded, no, can I call them ignorant? Yeah, they should be ignorant but not innocent Ambazonians because they don't be fooled. My dear friend, I want to talk for you now in a very special note. You feel be delivered. One go boya. I will not say true, you be one go boya too. But because of the blindness and the lies, where you don't take them, put them for your heart, become propagator. The one for bring up ideas like the interim government. You don't bring up ideas. Say, look, let's change this name. Because when we change the name, it will give way to where we get for B. So we come out, say, we know if we call ourselves again, say, ground zero. Now, home front. We call ourselves home front. Yeah, somebody wrote right, say, this is one of the leaders of coup plotters government and their broadcasting cooperation, announcing federation with all gladness. Wow. So did they announce federation? Yeah, I be tell you now, I am talking about, I know like to call this name my dear brother, because yes, they are, we know say they be, I know say they be, these people they be na La Republique annex, they be na La Republique annex. So when they do anything, it not be good for announcer for with TV, but we just want to tell them, say they don't fail on arrival. Yes, dead on arrival. You know that language now. In those days of real in movement to Ambazonia, some people were dead on arrival, dead on arrival. Now we can say it dead on arrival with confidence. Why? Because the interim government is waxing strong, bouncing and going, making changes. So as I be the talk, before I get that small distraction for the people of Ambazonia, am I getting a caller on the line? Let me just find out before I come back to let you know what is going on. Let me just find out. I don't want to find out where it not been a caller where one for talk for we. But let me just find out. Just enjoy this small music while I find out.
Wajaki, I wanna bemboina. Ilalina jumjangwai.
Master Robusta on the beat.
Chumchama, 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 chumchama. Gaila, fai coma. Oinge niti ya kwasilunga. Gaila, chasa coma. Oinge niti ya builunga. Gaila, uki coma. Oinge niti ya bunilunga. Gaila, wain coma. Oinge niti ya bunilunga. Chumchama, 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 chumchama. Kom kuda veteran, ina nikiti. Ina bana wain coma.
All right, dear friends, thank you very much for that little break there. Excuse me. I know say I don't get some small break. Somebody just called you for something else. Anyway, I do wait. If you can call, if you get the number, I don't know the number. It be supposed to be on the. Make us see whether if you get the number now, so that if you call and then bring in your own suggestions and your own contribution, so that we fit actually begin to go ahead, because many of these I don't want to call them say thief people, them, man. No, but many of these our people, the way they be very ignorant, or the number still is not very clear. All right, the number not be very clear. We'll fix them next time. All right, we'll fix the number next time. Now, many of the people, the way sincerely they discover, say they don't be deceived. Some of them, they don't get thing the way it trap them down. They give them some simple thing for control. They don't feel control that. They check say we'll be in a la republic, we will just leave them. Then, because we'll be democratic, they are counting them. They say no, you don't feel be we leader again. They come and go form a gang. And all people the way they want thief. Yes, where they want thief. They come and go form a gang. So that other people they go to contribute, they go to thief. And since they know how to talk, they know how to make propaganda, and they know how to smear people them and talk and make noise. Now listen, go back and listen to some of the speeches where some of these people did make up. You go discover a lot of contradictions. A lot of contradiction. That means say, wait the way it talk, actually no, actually mean them. When a lie come up, it blow the lie. Tomorrow, it talk contrary again to the lie. And Ambazonians, did still follow. Who don't be which one are Ambazonians? Yes, I know say ABC, your government TV, it will be silent. And so you did drink any dirty water, where come up from anywhere, and especially social media. One of the achievements where will be achieved for this ASSC2 for Washington, it be been as say the president of the Federal Republic of Ambazonia, it be talk say, this one no be law, but this one have a safeguard you. If you did for any forum, any one of them, where did you talk rubbish, get yourself out of that place. Because the holy book, it talks say evil communication corrupts good manners. Oh yes, and I don't see them. Evil communications, it corrupt good manners. We see people that they be very bad, very terrible in this life. Go and find out. They feel come from very good family. But why this one can't come out very different? Now, because it go out there, go join a company. I don't listen for so many testimonies of people the way they will go into drug addiction, people they will go into stealing, people they will go into many other criminal, offensive things. Them they be join with friend them, where they do that kind nonsense. They join without friend them, and as they join without friend them, at the end of the day, what happen? At the end of the day, they suddenly discover say that friend the way they join with them, they don't take them go for some kind place where they not be like for go. And as they take them go for some kind place where they not be like for go, they see say, oh no, we don't finish. And they start to do the thing the way they not be supposed to do. Can you imagine that? They start to do the thing the way they not be supposed to do. And when they be do the thing the way they not be supposed to do, at the end of the day, they know it actually help themselves. But we dey here for tell you, say, my dear friend, look, it be possible, very, very possible for you for get up and be a good person, because we Amber TV, it no be out for destroy you, it be out for help you, into the point that it teach you, so that at the end of the day, you fit become a new creation and a new creature, and you fit be useful for the Ambazonian people and for the Ambazonian cause. Oh yes, now the thing that we for inside the interim government of the Federal Republic of Ambazonia, we did do. That's why we bring you all these teachings, so that you know go remain for inside darkness. But unfortunately, many people where I don't know why I always like for try to protect them, but where they don't be ignorant by the way they like for be ignorant. They don't be ignorant for themselves. They be ignorant for what way they want for do, where Papa God never allowed them for be ignorant in that way. Some of these people, them, they don't wake up today and then they become that ignorant, and in such a way that at the end of the day, these very ignorant people, they go, I don't know what way they want for do. Yes, because their ignorance, it make them, they misbehave. Their ignorance, it make them, they try for, I know if you call and say they be neutral. Oh. No, I know if you talk say they be neutral, because when it come for inside this, we fight where we dey inside, neutrality no day. Oh yes, neutrality no day. So my dear friend, that's our WhatsApp call number, where if you call in for share your thoughts and then for ask your question, and um, if you be a true Ambazonian, before you want call here, make sure you don't pay your CID, your compulsory independence due. Make sure you don't pay your draft, and make sure that you do contribute for your quota. For your LGA, because if you know the contribute for your LGA, you are an enemy of progress for this battle where we the fight. We don't just want talkers, we want doers. So before I be diverted, I be the talk say the Ambazonian people, where we don't come here for come educate una, now for tell una say, truly speaking, we dey make progress. So homeland or home front, it be the name where we will adopt them for ASSC2. Then we will adopt 3 different zones for Ambazonia, because when the Republic will come in, we will be now West Cameroon. There was no north and there was no south, but they come in with their division. They come baptized with that demonic name and sow a seed of hatred amongst West Cameroonians or Southern Cameroonians. Me, I be born in the days of Southern Cameroons, and I no be know all this description. This hatred, jealousy, and all they like where La Republique it can plant them for we middle. So somebody right here say no shaking. President Sako Tilboya, La Republique negotiate for separation now. Please take all the federal and coup plotters and coupers plus CND etc. with you to Yaoundé. They can all apply for visa letter to visit Ambazonia. I like that. I like that. Oh my goodness, I like that. See, please, don't worry. Even some of these coup plotters, if you take, you already have La Republique citizenship. In our days, we will give una the right to have a working visa in Ambazonia. You can apply for a work visa in Ambazonia. You come and stay in Ambazonia and work when we have built it up. We will not be jealous of you, even though you are fighting us. We are not jealous, but we will give you a work visa, and they can all apply for visas later to visit their grandmas who survived the genocide. You see that? Thank you very much, my dear sister, for that comment. I so much like that. I know they like to read comments the way they put the names of these coup plotters, like that coup plotter who was proud to mention his name and say, I am one of the coup plotters. No, say I'm one of, he said I am a coup plotters. No, I am a coup plotter. I corrected him anyway. He took the correction. Thank you very much, coup plotter, for even in that way, we in the ABC Ambazonian TV, we are still teaching you English, and you are glad to take the correction. All right. Okay. No, I know you make your excuse. I said typographical error, but I know that you have learned. Anyway, then the other decision will be taken. I want to find out, Ambazonians, don't you see that we are being distracted enough? Let's go ahead. Let's leave these coup plotters alone. Let's go ahead. You understand me? More will start to implement what will be take as a decision in the ASSC2. And one of the decisions being to say no more northern and southern. where we just come create an appellation, say Northern and Southern Zone, we still remain La Republic of Northwest and Southwest. No, we don't change them completely. And change not only the structure, but change also the geographical setting. That Atlantic Zone, it comprised of people from Fako, Meme, Ndian, and Kope Maninguba. Then we get a Midland Zone, we comprise of people from Lobialem, Manyu, Mezam, and Momo. Then we get people where they come from Savannah Zone, Menchum, Boyo, Dunga Mountain, Kotunja, and Bui. This one are the decision we will take up. You know why? Because we know we just talk, we'll go back for Southern Cameroons, where it will be now West Cameroon before, Southern Cameroons. You know, it will be a little bit, it will be with that shape. Because when picking the play with knife, I know what made that picking cry. What you go do? You know, just take the knife, leave the picking so. You go substitute the knife, give the picking something where not be harmful. So we know, say, these gullibles, where La Republic, a drunkenness don't enter their heads. They don't want for commode Northwest and Southwest for their mop. Some they don't try for commode and put ourselves Northern and Southern. But we, the Ambazonian people, we say, we don't just take away the knife, where you play with them, but we get to bring something where it go suit our appellation. And I tell you, say, from the time immemorial, wicked names and bad names, they are always changed for good. Remember, some people they don't know, say they call Togo, say na Dahomey. Togo be na Dahomey. And what be the meaning of Dahomey for their country talk? Dahomey means that the belly of a what is this animal where they swallow people? Of a belly from Boma. That's the meaning of Dahomey. Belly for Boma. So they can't change them. Say, no. We don't feel remain for be belly for Boma. That is why the greatest voodoo is dinner for Togo, even though they don't change the name, because these people they be they for some kind in the way it will be helpful. So what am I saying? I did talk say the people of Ambazonia, they take frantic decisions, change their names, and as they change their names, they put in names the way I will tell you now, names the way they don't support and they help Ambazonians for be which way them be. You know, names where they support for help Ambazonians which way them be today. So I want you, for some people they never yet share this particular broadcast where they go. I want you for share them, please. Share them again and share them again, so that we go get this history where it don't be in the making into our scores, so that we'll stop for call that Northern and Southern. We'll go for the rightful appellation. Atlantic Zone, where be Fako, Meme, Dian, Kope Maninguba. Midland Zone, where be Lobiale, Manyo, Mezam, Momo. Savannah Zone, Menchum, Boyo, DMC, Ngokutunja, Ambwe. And I hear some couplers that they talk, say, why are you repeating the name? Now listen, when I be go school, so when I never go school, when I just grew up, when I be go school, in the days of adult school, they will teach you, say, when you repeat something, repeat them, it enter remain for people, their minds. That's why I don't repeat this thing. I don't know how many times I don't repeat Atlantic Zone, Mainland Zone, and Savannah Zone. So that make it enter. Then I don't repeat when I say, we get now home front. All people, they were there for inside the Ambazonia land proper. I mean, they call and say blessed land, but the ASSC2 bring the right name, say home front, homeland. So we there for homeland. We know there for no zero. So if somebody say you are in ground zero, say no, I beg you, I'm not there for ground zero. Something there for here. And so I there for homeland. I get for ground homeland. That's the appellation. Then we will go ahead. I'm telling you, that ASSC, it will be a plus. Right now, a number of things that they go on. Some people do not understand. What about the resolutions where will be taken? What about the resolutions, the way will be taken? Where are they? Now, we want to cut every T and dot every I, so that when we send out the resolutions, you will see which way will they go. And I want to plead with Ambazonians. A lot of La Republic carelessness and indifference and a very cruel attitude to the laws of the land, if you don't begin creep in to the point that the so-called defunct on existing restoration council, if you don't be changed, and that's one of the achievements where we get them. They be change them to wait, and why they be change them? Now in 2017, we be restore our land 1st of October 2017. We will get the restoration of our government. Now, if we don't get the restoration of our government, then the Restoration Council, they want to restore waiting now. So that name, it will give we a lot of confusion. Because I don't tell you now, go back for Bible. You see, they will change many names. Jabez, it be been a man way, they be hate you all through, all around, but God will visit you. Jacob, he changed his name. Abraham, the name be changed to Abraham. You know, Sarai be changed to Sarah. And so many names like that be changed in the Bible, because they will get some ballot way, they follow them. You know, some ballot way, they follow them. And so they begin to change that names them. So also, we give a look at the meaning of a name, the message where they carry, and we see where they go. So if we look critically, we say much of the problem where we don't get them to, for this thing where they call and say Restoration Council, we don't bring with a lot of unrest. Now because say, we put council for restore waiting again. Now for restore the groups them, may they come for the inside the interim government. No, we don't already be a government. And our institutions, they there for a place. So what are you restoring again? And some knuckleheads, they go, she done for day. They say, the Restoration Council. What are you restoring, my dear friend? Anyway, I know if you blame you, because some coconut water, it be there for plenty people, their heads. Plenty. Now, during this ASSC, unanimously and generously and with the people of Ambazonia, we say, no, we will go according to our name. We don't be restored. So this council, where it work like a criminal gang group, where one individual will not belong to any LGA, it try for usurp authority over the people of Ambazonia, then it don't be now, it don't come out now for be a legislature to go to executive and they take decisions. No, we not continue with that kind of spirit. We will change them and then get back into our real name, because our institutions are there. You have the Department of Home Affairs, you have the Ethics Commission, you have the Judiciary Commission, you know, you have the counties, you have the LGAs, all these institutions, they did it for waiting. We have a Department of Home Affairs, we have the Department of Self-Defense, and so on. So if we don't get all these departments, I will get heads. So what are we restoring again? Which place we want to go restore our country again? We will get Restoration Council. So the ASSC, it changed the name from Restoration, where we don't be restored. Instead of putting Restored Council, they say no, Restored Council, it will still mean another thing. You know, although it sounds like a council where it don't restore their independence in the past, which is correct, but they came out with a name. Now that we get this our structures restored, let's put it Interim House of Representatives, to the point that all the fake and unvetted individuals, where they just come enter, some of them, they build on real lies. They never give no one single construction of a thought to build our land. They did it for poison people. Tell them stories that they cannot substantiate. Can't talk, say they open an account for me for Brazil. I don't love that thing. So I say, chai, if they say people, they lie. Now, so they lie. Because I know sometimes, you know, I be human being, I be used to try for believe some of those lies them all. But when they come lie, where me at the talk, Jesus, I can't talk, say, yes. Now, Kukumbia could this, I don't see them. You know, for we learn when dry season don't come so, as dry season the past, rain is falls more, Kukumbia could come out. When you catch Kukumbiako, My God. You go plan how to make kanwa soup. That in my days, when my mommy don't be able for afford from kanwa, would use the wood ash where they come off for bamboo. Would use the wood ash make a kanwa soup. When you chop and with the kukumbiako. No, you dey sleep so they spit you come off. They call and say wait saliva wait they come off for your mop. They come off for your mop. I beg leave man. We must go back to Ambazonia. Chai! I see how I do hunt kukumbiako. So then this modern day big mouth talkers, the one for the railway, put we inside bondage, where you know freely go for forest for go look for kukumbiako. No. So we will decide. The Ambazonian people will decide that day, and they put IHS, IHP, Interim House of IHR, sorry, IHR, right? Yeah, Interim House of Representatives. Let me see. It appears we have a caller coming on. Hello, do you want to talk to AB? You're on ABC. You have something to say? Yeah, good evening. Which are you call? Where are you calling? Okay, you call for Ground Zero. Okay, you call for War Front. Go ahead, my dear brother. Asha, we go conquer. Yeah, we go win. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I want to say I beg we need over talk with these people because till when I discover when people now say any man where as some statutory can talk say any man where can't talk now every user will say disgruntled people. Now maybe they already don't hold some position.
Yes.
They don't move it within it vex. Because I don't discover them. Because if you look all the way they for that their own side they did it now. Only people they don't hold position there. So now they don't move them.
Okay.
So my own contribution there.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, brother. Thank you very much. Yeah. We say we for Amber TV now will try to concentrate for bring the reforms and the changes where this interim government don't put them in place so that we will there for ground. I'd only make mention of those kind of people them because I know say a lot of lies they don't go. But if for Ground Zero when I don't begin recognize them, that is very, very fine. We can now go in for build on which way we need for focus on for go ahead. And that's why I come in for here. I don't bring just 3 of the changes. Many of them they give for push you for go ahead. We no be Ground Zero no more. We be now. Thank you. Talk today for War Front. Yes. We did for Home Front. Home Front. That's very good. And the thing that we want for here. And then we don't talk say we get now 3 different zones where it go make and say the dichotomy and the distraction of La Republic and the other people them go walk where we talk say we get Atlantic zone where be comprised of Fako, Meme, Ndian, and Kope Maninguba. Then we get Midland zone where it be Lobialem, Manyu, Mezam, and Momo. You see say for this one, it don't pick up 2 of the counties the way they be formally they call and say Southern Zone, join them together with this 2 of the counties the way they formally call and say Northern Zone. I don't know how they go call this one now, but according to the plan, we want to wipe out that dirty name where we don't first get them. And for wipe out dirty name, you get for bring in a new name, like I don't already explain them before. So we go ahead and we think, plenty of people they think, all right, I don't just begin explain them now for what we call and say interim House of Representatives. This interim House of Representatives, it will get true people them from all the local government them where they really want to go for Ambazonia. And before we want to take them, go for inside that house, we will make sure say, make these people them, they be properly voted. We'll see whether we get another caller. Hello? Hello? Okay. Please, if you want call, use WhatsApp because it will go clear. Assisted him and call directly. Waka. All right. I don't see say the home front. They the one for pick up some of the lessons the way we will do them for ASSC2. And that's why we repeat them for here. So that when we don't listen them, when I know say make it be the same as we the try for talk for here. Yes, make it be the only the one we look here. Somebody right say, thanks, Pastor, for explanation. Do worry, Papa. Do not worry, Papa. They are all losers. They are crying over spilled milk. Yes, another person writes, say, interim House of Reps sounds so professional. We are ready to rebuild our country like we did in the days of Joa. I know we tell you now. All right, it's a La Republic, just get out. Then another person, okay, the same person, right? Yes, good radiance to bad rubbish, Coopers. Now, back to liberating our territory. The Coopers are irrelevant to us at this time. Yeah, thank you very much, because this one just confirmed way we brother from home front a talk. Say more will not begin over talk about that people because they don't lost, and they quote the man that was honored during our ASSC2. I think that's the first honorary, I don't know how to call them for their BB grammar. The first person where he get a presidential medal, na Knight of Ambazonia or Knight of Wetio, I don't know. Anyway, I will try to find them out so that when I come for talk about our history, because this one is history in the making, make you not take anything lying down, now true way it happen, it go happen, it happen, nobody talk about Joa and the other people, now so it be day, my country people them, now so it be day. So we did here for show the history and for tell which way God it did do. Now, somebody right say, thank you, Pastor, for explaining the reason for the change of name of the defunct RC. That's good. I make ambassador begin understand. When you can't talk, say Restoration Council, what did you restore? That means say that restoration where we first President Ayuk Tabe it be declared on the 1st of October, no work. And then when our president, Dr. Sahokam, put the structures in place for that government, where it will be declared on the 1st of October 2017, the work, then why we can't, if you don't work, then why you still have restoration? You do restore waiting. So interim House of Representatives, it means say all the local government people them, all the counties and the whole of Ambazonia, they go get a house where it go fit represent them in case they want to vote anything. These representatives from different local government area them, they go represent their people. No be their beleo. No. No be themselves so. Because some people they be there for that defunct old RC and they be get the real title just like La Republic representatives where they represent themselves. They only come for time for election with a bag of salt and some rice for deceive the gullible people them. Then when they don't make them, even the small contribution where they give for them for fix pothole them for their inside their village, put water, they take them swallow. Find their belly the big like that of a frog. I don't want to call any man a name for here. But then at the talk say our interim House of Reps, it sounds so professional as somebody right for here. And I agree with you. Yes, ma, it sounds so professional. And the meaning of that house, it be very, very explainable, very explained. We don't just take riff rats, people the way they just work at drink mimbo, talk rubbish. When some people they don't drink, like one of the person we are known for that defunct RC, when they don't drink mimbo, he just sit down for some place, talk anything. We will kill this man. Will go nowhere. They go can't enter. Say no, you are our president, our so on. Double talk. He get two-face. They talk rubbish. But we don't pass that stage. We defocus now. Now where we don't get our land properly divided, I beg you, home front. Any man there for your corner say ground zero, just push it aside. Say no. Get the name home front or homeland. Will be easy we will call it. Any man can't talk with say restoration. No. We do restore waiting. Our government, it don't be restored. We get our constitution. We get our bylaw them. We get our House of Reps. So which one you talk? No, go. We're not there for that kind one. Just educate them. Some of them they be very ignorant. Some of them when they get big name for their front, doctor, please go and find out. Sometimes some of the doctor them, they be so ignorant to the point that even mommy them for village, they fit teach them. That is the truth. Because that thing where they go get some of them, they go study some kind of thing where they get in that doctorate. Then when they come out, they need to call and say doctor, they say PhD. Where I don't tell when I say it been a permanent head damage. And when you don't get permanent head damage, even for reason, common things like with the reason now, do you know that the people the way they be rule we for West Cameroon or Southern Cameroons, they've been a school teacher them, primary school teacher them. I think Dr. Endele will be a medical doctor, but the rest of them, and they talk about these people, some of these people they get now PhD for book. Not all of them, because we get some very fine Ambazonians where they get that PhD for book, not be doctor for medicine, but doctor for book. If you reason to them, and then you go listen to a majority of them, I don't talk, I don't want to call names today, but go back a little bit for with history. What do you go see? You go discover, say, Dr. This, where we read the resolution for AA1 and AA2. Dr. This, where we be the historian for University of Yaoundé concerning the history of Ambazonia and the Southern Cameroons. All of them, they don't change. All. Because waiting, permanent head damage. They don't change. They talk a different language. When the young men of this generation, they don't wake up, talk, say, never again. And they step out for the never again. Then some of these permanent head damage them. Where they will be holding, saying that the autotones, that the Iroko tree them. For hell, we go back for we land. They don't change overnight. Now, some of them, at the still tell una, they change not because of their likeness. There is a spirit where don't overcome them. Because this battle not be only spiritual, physical, it be spiritual. And when you win the battle in the spirit, definitely in the physical, no matter how much and how long you stay, they will win you over. Somebody make an analogy. And can I mention that thing here? May I try for mention where I not mention name. He called one particular person. Then he called 3 criminals for this revolution, for this we struggle. He mentioned that person in name. Say if he join this one, and the man be a criminal. If he join this one, the man be a criminal. If he join this one, the man be a criminal. And the man, if you look at the man, he be as quiet as a devil, if there is any description like that. He be as dangerous as a serpent, as dangerous as a snake. But if she don't quiet, he open the eye and the look who's away if he strike. And they talk plenty. But when you want to talk, he talks softly and quietly. And people they say, well, this man is a good man. He's no good man. Abekuna, no be good man. Now a devil incarnate. I don't mention his name, but he know himself. Say he don't fail. On a number of occasions, I don't call you for ask a question. And I see the subtle way the answer. But I don't even know the history. But today, somebody is say, hey, when reporting our history in the making, mention this fellow and tell these scenarios where they don't happen in these few years. Just in the few years of our struggle, 2016 till now, he joined this man, joined this other one, joined this other one, then at the 4th one, we don't join up. Let me hear if we have another caller, and then from there we go. Hello? Okay. Unfortunately, the caller dropped. All right, dear friends, I think I've been here. Okay, they're calling again. Let me see. Hello? Are you calling to talk on ABC? Okay, I'm live on ABC. All right, thank you very much. I thought you wanted to contribute. Okay, good. All right, thank you very much. That was an extra call. But wait till where the talk now say, our struggle, it don't reach a point where Papa God, it is chekele. And as it is chekele, all the evil doers with evil spirits, they get a lot of lies. The one where they nothing here I'm the concorda. Like the one where they talk say they open an account for me for Brazil with Ambazonian money. Me, where they talk for here. They open an account for me. Chai! Ambazonia. We don't see so far. We don't see so far with these liars, criminals, where they want for take we send we back for La Republic. Because the best thing where La Republic talk na lie, if you want to hear the best of orators for inside La Republic, just know say a lie they inside. And Ambazonians, the way they will be very honest, sincere, and truthful, as they go be contaminated for inside that kind of a system, oh no, they just become worse. They overtake them. They overtake La Republic, run with them to the point that today, some people are even more afraid of the enablers in the house than the enemy outside there itself. Oh yes, but let me tell you something. We, when I say we, and I talk now, we, the Ambazonian people, we God don't ordain this struggle called we, put we for inside. Any other person where they struggle with any other God, for your information, I have bad news for you. You don't fail. No matter how high you go, we remember the other liars them. In the early 2017, 18, they sing. 2019, 20, they become demons. But at the end of the day, what will happen? My dear country people, at the end of the day, they became instruments in the hands of darkness. They start for take we backward. Can you imagine when we will just be about for make a breakthrough for 2021? One demon with an ugly head, a wake up, cause what they call them for terminology, insurrection. Insurrection for inside Bible, we hear of an insurrection where Barabbas, if they harass people, them they kill 2 people, then they take and go lock them in prison. When we hear about insurrection, when they talk about a case, how they want to exchange you with Jesus. And also they always do. Satan will always at the end of the day try for exchange the righteous with the unrighteous. Where so my sister don't write me say Mr. Didis is the one associated with the criminals. Where sister, I don't want to call your name. Oh, thank you very much. I know say Ambazonians, look, Ambazonians they get talent. Wow. Ambazonians they get talent. Before one talk, they don't already catch the whole story. It is the devil work of the devil, and they have failed. Okay, we agree. Because you see, I am not an advocate of the devil, but sometimes people of their own volition, they go commit crime, then they go put them for devil. Oh no, not devil. Oh, not devil. Poor devil. Poor devil. Remember, I don't talk, so I not be an advocate for devil. Oh, me man, no mistake me. I know they deputize for you, but he be the scapegoat for all criminal offenses where people they do them by themselves. They don't go take money chopper. They don't go take the fruit, the forbidden fruit, chop them. Then the next blame now, the devil. Anyway, so Abdi talk say our history in the making, it come out now. We now get interim House of Representatives. Interim House of Representatives. That means that people that come there for represent their LGAs for any decision where they go take them globally for Ambazonia, from the Atlantic zone, the Midland zone, and the Savannah zone. So they go get all these people, they go get people over there where they go they deputize. I never touch constitution today yet, I never yet enter for some of the deep things where they take them for constitution, and I will come back for talk some of the things. This interim House of Representatives now the defunct formal, how do you call it? The Restoration Council where it cause we confusion because they don't restore our land. And they be there for take we every now and then they take we back for go restore. Every now and then they take we back for go restore. When you want for restore something where they don't restore them before, you go complicate them. Oh yes, because the good book talks say in a multitude of words they wanted no sin. And when you want for restore something where they don't restore them, what will happen? It will cause confusion. Because the first one where they don't restore them, what don't happen for day? Why do you want to restore the the second one. Well, I get a caller. Let me see. Hello? Hello? Are you calling to contribute to the program on the air? Wow. Well, I get a number of people who are calling. I don't know what is going on. Okay. Now, in the next 6 minutes, I will be rounding up with today. It's unfortunate my colleague, doctor who has our history also, was not able to join us in this particular program today. But I'm sure that even in his absence, our struggle, we don't get a lot of news where to go on. Our Ambazonia struggle shall come to an end when God Almighty shall shift out all the demons amongst us to enable us live in total peace and tranquility in Boya. Thank you very much. Yes, the demons that are causing havoc, most of the demons that were in former RC, they don't continue with their ploy. I don't want to call any man's name, but the demons are there. And you know that before God take away demon, you must accept for come out and for leave the demons for go. Because demons don't get no power for jump into you until he come enter, you say yes, enter. And one of the ways that demons they enter for people are for lies telling. If we go back for our history, 2019, 2019, 2020, and part of 2021, we see and hear the language of one of our social speakers, where we talk from Ambazonia. Look at the language today. Can you compare that language to the language of 2019, 20, and 21? You will see a very big difference. And now, that difference, is it for good or for bad? You judge by yourself. That difference, where the witness am now, is that difference the push we for forge ahead, send out La Republique? Of course, no. La Republique just be mentioned in their daily outings for formality. Yes, just for still blindfold some ambassadors they were there for ground there. Say, hey, this so we see one go for ambassador. But when I lie, and every ambassador where they listen, go back. All that thing they did for Facebook, they did for YouTube. Go back, go listen. 2020 for ABC. Then come back now, come listen for their private media, and then tell we the difference. But we don't talk, so we don't want to go into the small thing the way it will happen. We don't face we don't focus. Firepower, and I don't want to announce them now. Very soon, the President of the Federal Republic of Ambazonia, Reverend Dr. Samuel Sakwe Kome, is going to visit all the counties. I don't know whether now local governments or counties after ASSC2 with a package so that the local government, the counties and their local government can step up to see that our IDPs, our refugees, our defense brother and sister, the way they defend our homeland, they send the enemy out. Yes, I know say it go be na so, but I know be spokesman. Now just that one I hear now for whisper and not true. Now good whisper, me when I became prepared for receive the president for inside our county, and for some when I don't disappear because of lies. ABC be out for give you the truth and give you evidence. If we talk anything for here, we'll show you evidence. I don't talk here, I don't point out for una. Una go back for 2019, 2020, and part of 2021. Una listen, and then when I come back now, listen for today, and when I can know a big difference. If una listen for me for that time and listen for me now, nothing never change. Oh yes, I did not go change by the grace of God, because I believe this is a God-ordained show. It's a good show, very important, because especially for those that were not present during our 3 days conference, thanks for breaking it down to the Ambazonian people, especially we Ambazonian people for homeland. Thank you very much. Now, somebody say the blood of our innocent babies will haunt them. Them who? The co-plotters. Then another person tries to say, Pastor, what have you done to stop killings in Menchum. This is one of the coup plotters where we give money for them for stop the killings in Menchum. They take and chop them. Now the guy asked me a stupid question for here. Very stupid question. I call and say stupid question because if it be in front and they follow we, if for no way to way happen, for we for not stop the killings where they go on for Menchum. Not be me at the orchestrate the killings, but the coup plotters them. I'm very sorry if you're not the coup plotter, if you're asking a genuine question, but not be me. I get my part where I play and I cannot defend myself. We don't do our best for stop them. Okay, we are gone and never to return to La Republique. So any negative thought and negative mind where you get them about the interim government, you are wasting your time because we are going ahead. Please don't fail to tune in tomorrow again, same time, 5 p.m. We will bring you updates concerning the ASSC2, where it be our history in making, and we will connect to the history past. For now, from now till then, we want to wish you a wonderful stay in our land. We want to wish you a wonderful stay in our land, homeland, and to those of you where we really believe in way the interim government to do, and when they shown way this, I don't know how to call them. I call them sorry for that mix up there. Yeah, sorry for that mix up. I call them disgruntled, as our brother called them, disgruntled Ambazonians. And ground homeland don't talk, say they don't discover, say many of the people the way they talk negatively that the one the way they don't be for government, thief money or talk lie or cheat, then they send them out. Then before they come out now, come begin talk the rubbish way that they talk. All right, for today, fellow Ambazonians, well wishers, we don't go for country talk, and one for thank you very much for say bye-bye till tomorrow for another episode and edition of Way to Way it go on for Homeland. Before then, until then, God bless.
Fellow Ambazonians, dear countrymen, despite the hike in targeted summary execution of our innocent people